top 5 emerging economies: Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa. In a sign of a changing world, BRICS countries now contribute 31.5% of global GDP.
This one is about alliances, about countries joining hands to challenge the US dollar. At the forefront of this is BRICS, that's Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we will be comparing two influential groups in the global economy, BRICS and the G7. We will explore their origins, objectives, and the impact they have on the world stage. Let's get started. First, let's briefly introduce the two groups. BRICS is an association of 5 major emerging economies: Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. The group aims to promote economic cooperation, trade, and investment among its members. On the other hand, the G7, or Group of 7, consists of 7 of the world's largest advanced economies: Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, the United Kingdom, and the United States. The G7 focuses on addressing global economic and political challenges through cooperation and policy coordination. BRICS was formed in 2009, with South Africa joining in 2010. The group's primary objective is to promote economic growth and development among its members, as well as to increase their influence on the global stage. The G7, established in 1975, initially focused on addressing economic issues such as inflation and currency fluctuations. Over time, the group's agenda has expanded to include a wide range of global challenges such as climate change, security, and development. When comparing the economies of BRICS and G7, we can see some striking differences. The G7 countries are characterized by advanced, high-income economies, while the BRICS nations are emerging markets with varying levels of development. At present, the 5 BRICS nations account for 31.5% of the world's GDP, surpassing the G7's contribution, which has dropped to 30%. It is anticipated that by 2030, BRICS will be responsible for more than 50% of the global GDP. The potential expansion of the group is likely to accelerate this achievement. Both BRICS and G7 have significant influence on the global stage. The G7, with its long-established economic and political power, plays a crucial role in shaping international policies and addressing global challenges. Meanwhile, BRICS is gaining influence as its member countries continue to grow and assert themselves in global affairs. Several nations have shown interest in becoming members of BRICS, such as Argentina, the United Arab Emirates, Algeria, Egypt, Bahrain, and Indonesia. Additionally, 2 countries from East Africa and 1 from West Africa have also expressed their desire to join the group. When comparing the economies of BRICS and G7, several key differences and trends emerge. Here's a more detailed look at the economic comparison between these two influential groups. 1. Economic development stage. The G7 countries are characterized by advanced, high-income economies with well-established industries and infrastructure. In contrast, the BRICS nations are emerging markets with varying levels of development, ranging from China's rapidly growing economy to India's developing market. 2. GDP growth rates. Over the past few decades, the BRICS countries have experienced faster economic growth rates compared to the G7 nations. This rapid growth has allowed the BRICS countries to increase their share of global GDP, as mentioned earlier. However, it is important to note that growth rates can vary significantly among the BRICS nations, with China and India typically leading the pack. 3. Economic structure. The G7 economies are primarily driven by the services sector, which includes industries such as finance, healthcare, and technology. On the other hand, the BRICS countries have a more diverse economic structure with a mix of manufacturing, agriculture, and services. This diversity can be both a strength and a challenge, as it allows for more balanced growth but may also require more complex policy coordination. 4. Trade and investment. Both BRICS and G7 countries play significant roles in global trade and investment. The G7 countries are major sources of foreign direct investment (FDI) and are also significant importers and exporters. Meanwhile, the BRICS nations have become increasingly important players in global trade, with China being the world's largest exporter and a major importer as well. 5. Economic challenges. While both groups face economic challenges, the nature of these challenges can differ. The G7 countries often grapple with issues such as aging populations, slow productivity growth, and high levels of public debt. In contrast, the BRICS nations face challenges related to income inequality, infrastructure development, and environmental sustainability. In summary, the economic comparison between BRICS and G7 highlights the differences in the development stages, growth rates, economic structures, and challenges faced by these two groups. As the BRICS countries continue to grow and assert their influence on the global stage, the balance of economic power may shift, leading to a more multipolar world economy. Thank you for joining us today, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content. See you in the next video.